Dear brothers and sisters, what a privilege it is to gather once again around Jehovah's table of spiritual food. This week's Watchtower Study, for the week of June 29 to July 5, 2026, carries a theme that touches every one of our hearts. Keep strengthening your friendship with your mate. Whether you have been married for 50 years or are just beginning to think about courtship, these principles from God's Word will strengthen you. So let us open our hearts, our Bibles, and our publications and ask Jehovah to bless our study. May we all learn to be better friends, to our mates, to our brothers and sisters, and above all, to our loving Father. Let us begin. Number 1 question. Why are good friends a gift from Jehovah? Answer, brothers and sisters, good friends are truly a precious gift from our loving Father, Jehovah. As James 1:17 reminds us, every good gift and every perfect present is from above. Think about what a good friend does. They share in our joy when we are happy. They comfort us when we are down, and they give us honest counsel when we need it, even when it is hard to hear. They are loyal, trustworthy, and they make the heart rejoice, as Proverbs 27:9 says. But the greatest gift of all is that a true friend helps us to stay close to Jehovah. When we choose friends who love God, we are choosing companions who will encourage us to keep walking on the road to life. In the context of marriage, a mate who is also our best friend is one of the greatest gifts Jehovah can give us. It is a blessing we should never take for granted. Number 2 question. Why is it important for a married couple to keep strengthening their friendship? Answer. It is vital, my dear brothers and sisters, because a marriage is not a destination. It is a journey. A husband and wife cannot simply say I do and then assume their friendship will take care of itself. They must keep working at it, nurturing it, protecting it, and strengthening it day by day. If they neglect their friendship, they may begin to feel lonely, frustrated, or even angry, even while living under the same roof. But if they keep cultivating that bond, they can enjoy the closest, most intimate relationship that two imperfect humans can ever have. As Jesus said at Matthew 19:6, "What God has yoked together, let no man put apart." That yoke is not just a legal contract, it is a deep, loving friendship that makes two people truly one. So we must keep working at it, because our marriage is precious to Jehovah, and it is precious to us. Number 3 and 4 question. What will help a person to find a good marriage mate? Answer. Before making any big decision, we must consider the risks, the benefits, and the possible outcomes. And choosing a marriage mate is one of the biggest decisions we will ever make. Since Jehovah created the marriage arrangement, it only makes sense to look to him for guidance. Proverbs 18:22 says, "The one who finds a good wife finds something good and receives the favor of Jehovah." And Proverbs 19:14 adds that a prudent wife is from Jehovah. So, whether you are a brother or a sister, you should seek Jehovah's direction through prayer, through his word, and through the counsel of mature Christians. Do not rely on your own feelings alone. The heart is more treacherous than anything else, Jeremiah 17:9. Instead, apply Bible principles and trust that Jehovah knows what is best for you. He promises at Isaiah 48:17-18 that if we follow his ways, our peace will be like a river. So be patient, be prayerful, and let Jehovah guide your steps. Number 5 question. Why is it important to choose a baptized person as a mate? Answer. This is a matter of spiritual survival, my son. When we get baptized, we become friends of God. If we are considering marriage, we must choose our prospective mate from among Jehovah's friends, not from among those who do not know or serve him. The Apostle Paul gives us a clear command at 1 Corinthians 7:39, a Christian widow is free to be married to whom she wants, only in the Lord. That means marrying someone who shares our faith. Why is this so important? Because we would be unevenly yoked with an unbeliever, 2 Corinthians 6:14. Think of two oxen pulling a plow in opposite directions. They would get nowhere. Similarly, a marriage where one serves Jehovah and the other does not is filled with heartache and compromise. Some may reason, maybe I can convert him, or there are not many brothers available. But that is a dangerous rationalization. We must trust Jehovah to provide the right mate in his time. Marrying an unbeliever is never worth the spiritual cost. Number 6 and 7 question. What kind of questions should be answered during courtship? Answer: courtship is the time for honest investigation, not just romantic feelings. We must look at our prospective mate objectively, as if we were examining a potential business partner for the most important venture of our lives. Ask yourself, how does he treat his family? Is he considerate and respectful? Who are his friends? How does he handle disagreements? Does he insist on having his own way, or is he willing to yield when no scriptural principle is involved? What is his attitude toward money and material things? But go even deeper. Does this person show a deep personal love for Jehovah? Is he or she putting on the new personality? Will he or she help me to serve Jehovah more fully, or will I be spiritually weakened? Do we share the same spiritual goals? Can I see us becoming not just good friends, but the closest of friends? If you are a sister, ask, will this brother be a good family head, following Christ's example? If you are a brother, ask, will this sister respect my headship despite my imperfections? These questions take time to answer, so do not rush. Courtship is not a race, it is a journey of discovery. Number 8 and 9 question. What can help someone who is courting to make a wise decision? Answer: my dear brothers and sisters, when you are courting, you are likely to make a wise decision if you try to discern what the person is really like, not just what they show you on a date. You need to gather information from others who know them well. Ask about their reputation and qualities. For example, is this person known for being humble, kind, and reasonable? Sister Sarah, from French Guiana, gave a wonderful example. She asked for opinions about Daniel from his flatmate, his pioneer partner, an elder in his congregation, mutual friends, and even sisters in his congregation. That is wisdom. She did not rely only on her own judgment. Also, kindly ask the person you are dating if there is anything from their past or present that you should know, some factor or habit that could cause serious marital difficulties later. And most importantly, do not ignore nagging doubts or honest observations that mature friends share with you. If something does not feel right, it probably is not. Better to end a courtship than to begin a marriage built on shaky ground. Be wise, be objective, and trust the counsel of those who love Jehovah and love you. Number 10 question. Why is it good for a husband and wife to give their time and attention to each other? Answer: time is the currency of love, my son. A husband and wife can keep their friendship and marriage strong by making time for each other, no matter how busy they are. This is not optional, it is essential. When a couple gives each other their undivided time and attention, they create opportunities to talk about everyday happenings, share their deepest thoughts and feelings, show affection, and simply have fun together. As Ecclesiastes 4:9 says, two are better than one. We must never allow the pressures of work, congregation responsibilities, or even children to crowd out our mate. Remember, your marriage is the second most important relationship you have, second only to your relationship with Jehovah. Protect that time jealously. It is not wasted time. It is invested time, and it yields the richest dividends of joy, trust, and intimacy. Number 11 question. What can threaten the friendship between a husband and wife? Answer, hermanos. Closeness is the natural result of spending time together. A husband and wife who are close friends prefer to be together rather than apart. Now, temporary separations are sometimes unavoidable for work, for medical reasons, or for family emergencies. But prolonged absences can be extremely dangerous. Some have accepted jobs in other countries, leaving their families behind for months or even years. While there may be financial advantages, the spiritual and emotional cost can be catastrophic. The Bible warns that the one who wants to be rich falls into temptation and a snare. We must ask ourselves, is money worth the health of our marriage? Is a career worth the friendship of our mate? The answer is clear. Protect your marriage by staying together whenever possible. If you must be apart, stay connected daily through prayer, phone calls, and messages. Never let distance create distance in your hearts. Number 12 and 13 question. Hokyo. What have some married Christians done in order to spend time with their mate? Answer. Married Christians around the world have found creative ways to spend quality time together. Sister Leah in Guam said, "My husband and I enjoy doing a variety of things together. We rarely attend social events or outings separate from each other. They prioritize being together." Sister Roxanne in the United States said, "As demands on our time have increased, we've come to see the need to schedule time together, just as we do with other important events. They treat their time together as a sacred appointment." Brother Damien in France said, "We've learned to take an interest in and even to love what the other one is passionate about." They practice the golden rule 7 Jephron 12, and Sister Katie said, "We sometimes put our phones away so that they don't distract us." What a simple but powerful step. Above all, they spend time together in spiritual activities. Sister Miriam, in France, said, "We start our day by reading the Bible and then sharing what we liked and what we can apply in our life. I cherish these moments." She also added, "I love it when we pray together and I hear the depth of my husband's love for Jehovah." And Sister Katie said, "Our favorite time together is in the ministry. It's refreshing to hear each other express our faith, and we keep learning new things from each other." Proverbs 27:17. Question. Where does our mate fit in? The box your mate's place in your life gives us a clear priority list. 1. Jehovah must always come first. We will never be disloyal to Jehovah just to please our mate. 5:29. 2. Our mate comes second. We are one flesh, and we must care as deeply about our mate as we do about ourselves. Ephesians 5:28, 29, and 33. 3. Other people and responsibilities come third. We care for our parents, relatives, spiritual brothers and sisters, and our theocratic responsibilities. But besides Jehovah, no one and nothing should take priority over the well-being and happiness of our mate. 1 Timothy 5:8. This is the divine order. If we keep it, our marriage will flourish. Number 14 and 15 question. Why should a couple do their best to overcome challenges that may arise in their marriage? Answer. As imperfect humans, every married couple will face challenges. The Bible is realistic when it says that married people will have tribulation in their flesh, 1 Corinthians 7:28. This refers to the problems and trials common to married couples. But when these problems arise, why should we work hard to overcome them? Because marriage is precious. Consider this illustration. If a famous building or a priceless work of art is damaged, the owners will do everything in their power to restore it. They may spend enormous amounts of money and time to repair it, because that building or artwork is precious to them. Similarly, your marriage is precious to you, to your mate, and to Jehovah. Even in the best of marriages, conflicts will arise, but just as a damaged building can be restored, a troubled marriage can be saved. The restoration process will take time and hard work, but Jehovah is pleased when a couple works hard to strengthen their marriage and remain together. Malachi 2:16 says he hates divorce or sending away. So when challenges come, do not give up. Look for ways to restore and rebuild. Your marriage is worth the effort. Number 16 question. According to 1 Corinthians 13:4-8a, what can help a couple who are facing a serious challenge in their marriage? Answer. When serious challenges arise, the first thing we must do is not be quick to separate 1 Corinthians 7:10 and 11. Instead, we should ask ourselves, could I do more to strengthen our friendship? Then, we should review the beautiful description of love found at 1 Corinthians 13:4-8. This passage is not just poetry, it is a practical checklist for marriage. Read it carefully. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous. It does not brag, does not get puffed up, does not behave indecently, does not look for its own interests, does not become provoked. It does not keep account of the injury. Which of these qualities do we need to work on? Rather than looking for a way out of the marriage, we should look for a way back into each other's heart. Focus on what you can do to rebuild the relationship. Pray fervently for Jehovah's guidance. Get help from our publications, videos, and from elders and other mature Christians. And remember the powerful illustration of the threefold cord at Ecclesiastes 4:12. When Jehovah is the third strand in your marriage, it will not quickly be torn apart. He is the strongest strand of all. Number 17 question. How can those contemplating marriage and those who are married find happiness? Answer. Jehovah wants all his servants to be happy, whether they are contemplating marriage or already married. To the single ones, I say, choose your lifelong friend carefully. Do not rush. Do not compromise your spiritual standards. Trust that Jehovah will guide you if you seek him with all your heart. To the married ones, keep strengthening your friendship with your mate. Work hard to overcome any challenges that arise. Do not give up easily. Remember that your marriage is precious to Jehovah. Rely on his help through prayer, through his word, and through the loving counsel of the congregation. By doing all these things, you will enjoy life with your beloved mate. Just as Ecclesiastes 9:9 encourages us, enjoy life with the wife whom you love all the days of your feudal life. That is Jehovah's beautiful purpose for marriage, that we find joy, companionship, and lasting friendship in the one we love, all to his praise. We continue now with the 3 review questions. Question 1. How can a single Christian choose a mate who will be a good lifelong friend? Answer. Choosing a marriage mate is one of the most critical decisions a single Christian will ever make, and it is not a decision to be taken lightly or based merely on emotion. First and foremost, a single Christian must look to Jehovah for guidance. Since he is the originator of marriage and knows what is best for us. This involves earnest prayer, study of God's Word, and applying its principles. Second, and absolutely essential, the prospective mate must be a baptized, faithful servant of Jehovah. As 1 Corinthians 7:39 says, a Christian is free to marry only in the Lord. Choosing an unbeliever would mean being unevenly yoked, which leads to spiritual compromise and heartache. Third, during courtship, a Christian must investigate objectively and ask hard questions. How does this person treat his or her family? Is he considerate, humble, and reasonable? How does she handle disagreements? What is his attitude toward money and material things? Most importantly, does this person show a deep, personal love for Jehovah, and will they help me to serve him more fully? Do we share the same spiritual goals? Additionally, it is wise to seek the opinions of mature friends, elders, and others who know the person well, just as Sister Sarah did when she asked for opinions about Daniel from his flatmate, pioneer partner, and congregation elders. Never ignore nagging doubts or the honest observations of mature Christians. Courtship is the time to discern, to investigate, and to be convinced, not just in your heart, but in your mind and spirit, that this person will be your best friend for life, a true son of comfort or daughter of Jehovah. Let patience and prayer guide the decision, and trust that Jehovah will bless those who seek his direction. Question 2. What can help a married couple to strengthen their friendship? Answer: a strong marriage does not happen by accident. It requires deliberate, ongoing effort. The primary key is spending quality time together. A husband and wife must make time for each other, no matter how busy they are with work, congregation responsibilities, or family obligations. This means setting aside time to talk about everyday things, share their deepest thoughts and feelings, show affection, and simply enjoy each other's company. As the article mentions, some couples have learned to schedule this time, just as they would any other important event. They take an interest in each other's hobbies and passions, applying the golden rule. They also remove distractions, like putting away their phones, to give each other undivided attention. But above all, they spend time together in spiritual activities. Reading the Bible together daily, sharing what they have learned, praying together as a couple, and serving side by side in the ministry are some of the most powerful ways to bond. As Sister Miriam said, she cherishes the moments when she hears the depth of her husband's love for Jehovah in prayer, and Sister Katie noted that the ministry is their favorite time together, because they keep learning from each other. Finally, couples must remember the priority order: Jehovah first, their mate second, and all other people and responsibilities third. When a mate knows they hold that second place in your heart, right after Jehovah, the friendship grows deep, secure, and unshakable. Question 3. What can help a married couple to stick together when challenges arise in their marriage? Answer, my dear brothers and sisters, because we are imperfect, challenges in marriage are inevitable. The Bible honestly states that married people will have tribulation in their flesh, in the 1 Corinthians 7:28. But when those challenges come, we must not panic or look for an escape route. The first thing that helps is having the right view of marriage. We must see it as precious, like a famous building or a priceless work of art that has been damaged. The owners of such a treasure would spend enormous amounts of time, money, and effort to restore it, because it is valuable to them. Our marriage is equally precious to Jehovah and to us, and it is worth every effort to restore and repair. Second, we must not be quick to separate. Instead, we should examine ourselves. Are we truly applying the love described in 1 Corinthians 13,004:8a? Are we patient, kind, not jealous, not bragging, not looking for our own interests? Rather than trying to find a way out of the relationship, we should be looking for a way back into each other's heart. Focus on what you can do to rebuild the bond. Third, we must pray earnestly for Jehovah's guidance and get practical help from the organization, our publications, videos, and especially from elders and other mature Christians who can give sound, Bible-based counsel. And above all, we must rely on Jehovah as the third and strongest strand in our marriage. As Ecclesiastes 4:12 reminds us, a threefold cord cannot quickly be torn apart. When we include Jehovah in our marriage, when we submit to his headship and follow his principles, we have a strength that is far greater than our own. With his help, no challenge is insurmountable, and our friendship can not only survive, but grow even stronger through the trial.